The night before the hearing, I sat at my kitchen table with tea gone cold and a manila folder I had read until the pages felt soft. My cat, Ada, curled around my ankles. Outside, downtown Austin glowed as if nothing in my life was about to split open. Food trucks steamed on the corner. A couple outside the wine bar laughed, then argued, then laughed again. Tomorrow morning, my parents would walk into Travis County Court and swear I had stolen from them. My name is Lena Verma. I am 36. I built a data consulting firm called North Star Metrics with my own savings, a borrowed desk, and stubbornness my family mistook for defiance. 8 years later, the company is worth millions. My father speaks about success as if it were a chair only he could pull out. He is Arjun Verma, an engineer from Chennai who came to America with a visa and a degree. He gave us a stable life in Sugar Land, Texas. He also gave us a ranking. My brother Rohan was the reliable one. The one with the house, the wife, the children, the praise. I had a computer science degree from UT and, in my father's eyes, a habit of wanting more. When I was 29, my parents hit a rough stretch. My mother needed surgery, my father's work slowed, and Rohan was stretched thin. I was the one with room to help, so I did. The first transfer was $18,000. I told myself it was family, not debt. Over the next 6 years, I sent money 42 more times. By the time Marcus Reed made me total it, the number was $312,000. Marcus leaned back in his chair when I showed him the spreadsheet he'd built. "Lena," he said quietly, "you need to understand what this means." Every transfer was there. Dates, amounts, confirmation codes. Clean, undeniable. I nodded, but at the time I filed it away like insurance I'd never need. I was wrong. The distance with my parents grew slowly, then all at once. As North Star expanded, my father stopped predicting my failure and started narrating my success as if it belonged to him. At family dinners, he said "we" when he meant me. I let it go. I had contracts to secure, a team to lead, a life that didn't fit inside his version of me. Then, in January, he called. He and my mother wanted to move into a retirement community. They needed liquidity, $200,000. I told him I needed time. The calls multiplied. My mother, then Rohan, urging me to help the family. I asked my brother how much he was contributing. Silence stretched long enough to answer for him. I said no. Not because I didn't care, but because I couldn't rip that kind of money out of a company responsible for 22 salaries. My father's response was precise, almost clinical. He said everything I had came from them, that I had used family money to start my business and repaid nothing. I told him about the $312,000. He said those were gifts. We didn't speak again for 7 months. Then the lawsuit arrived, 31 pages accusing me of building North Star with their funds. At the center was a claim, a $22,000 transfer from my parents in 2014, the supposed seed of everything I'd built. I called Marcus. He checked my records. "There's no such transfer," he said. A pause. "Lena, they made it up." The trial began on a gray October morning. The courtroom felt smaller than I expected, the air heavy with the quiet seriousness of paper deciding lives. My parents sat across from me, my father rigid, my mother staring at her hands. Their attorney spoke smoothly about sacrifice, about family, about a daughter who took and refused to give back. I listened without reacting. My lawyer, Sienna Okafor, let him finish. She didn't rush, she built. When our forensic accountant took the stand, everything shifted. Dr. Elaine Foster walked the court through every record. 43 transfers from me to my parents, totaling $312,000. Then she addressed the $22,000 claim. "It does not exist," she said calmly. She explained how the document had been altered, lifted from a different transaction, edited to create something that never happened. The courtroom went still. Even my father's certainty flickered. The judge asked him to explain the contradiction. He couldn't, not really. His words tangled around themselves, collapsing under the weight of proof. By the next morning, their attorney requested a meeting. When Sienna returned, she sat beside me and said, "They're withdrawing the case." Just like that. Not quietly, though. As part of the withdrawal, they signed an order admitting their claims had no factual basis. The record would show the truth. North Star was mine. It had always been mine. The judge still issued her ruling. She called the evidence compromised, the claims unsupported. Then she said something I will never forget. Disappointment is not damages. Expectation is not evidence. My parents left without looking at me. I watched them go, feeling something complicated. Grief, yes, but also a strange, steady clarity. I had spent years trying to exist inside their story. The courtroom hadn't given me anything new. It had simply said, out loud, what I already knew. I went home that night, fed Ada, and opened my laptop. Work waited. It always had. My tea went cold again. And for the first time, I didn't care.